Hey, everybody. Bonsoir, bonsoir. Good evening, good evening. All right. Well, I covered my first Riverdale meeting today. So I wanted to just go over that with you guys briefly. Let's jump right in. Yeah, and I apologize. Sometimes I've never been there before, so I aired on the side of going live, but sometimes the reception goes in and out. So, sometimes it's clearer than others. But since it was my first time, I thought I'll air on the live side. Agenda for today posted. Annual meeting schedule. They also have the annual tax levy ordinance. So let's see if it is going to increase or decrease. So yeah, they had the agenda posted. I guess there were I didn't know, but I know that. But there were 2 entrances to their administration building. So this one, I guess, is where you go in if you're paying a bill or something. But they did have the agenda posted for this meeting, which was at 3 p.m. Very strange to have it during a workday like that, especially when it's involving, increasing taxes. Very irregular. And then they posted some information about the tax levy, but I don't know. I was trying to decipher it, and there were some expenses listed. Or I don't know if it was a budget or line items or projected expenses or whatever, but I couldn't clearly tell if the levy was going up and by how much. That's what I was trying to figure out. I couldn't figure out. Or stay the same. Okay, so they do have some information posted as far as some of the money, but I mean, some of it you can't even see because of the stickers. This is not a very good system here. Yeah, not very good for transparency. Sorry, guys. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I've been here before, so I'm just trying to figure out where to get in and out. Oh, okay, here. So they did post meeting notice. So when I came in, it took them a little bit to start. So that's a trustee, that's the president. Anyway, you'll see. I'll get more footage as it goes on. There was only one police officer there. So at least it wasn't like Harvey where you have police all over. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. There. That's the president. So if you're tuning in for the first time, Riverdale, very recently, I was just checking on their website here. The village of Riverdale, first of all, borders Harvey. So they are our next door neighbor. But they just had their mayor removed because he was convicted of, I believe, perjury. and of a crime that would not make him eligible to serve on an elected board, at least for municipal at the municipal level. So he was removed, and then the board voted to put this lady in place as the president, and her name is we'll see as it goes on. But anyway, so that's pretty rare. I've never covered a board where a sitting president or mayor was removed. That's the clerk. This is one of the trustees. Now it's interesting because this gentleman, I covered. Do you remember the video with the police chief? I don't know if he's still police chief. I'm guessing you can't be trustee and police chief, but he was the Riverdale police chief, and he was harassing Michael Earhart when Michael Earhart was trying to hand out food in Riverdale, and he came and he was very rough and rude and like just really excessive force. And at that time, Michael Earhart had been running for mayor. So this gentleman is Dark Reed, I believe is his last name, Willie Dark Reed.
Tuesday, December 23rd at 3:13 p.m. The meeting is now called to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Darkry.
Present.
Trustee Lewis.
Here.
Trustee Bernay. Trustee Williams. Trustee.
That's the clerk. She's doing roll call.
Meeting minutes dated.
Then they did the Pledge of Allegiance.
Is approval of the regular board meeting minutes dated November 25th, 2025, and special meeting minutes dated July 8th, 2025.
So moved. A second.
Did she say July 8th? Sorry, I'm just glancing at the special meeting agenda. I'm like, why are they just approving that now? Strange. Okay. Oh, they had approved some demolition services. That's always interesting to me. See who's getting paid for that. Special meeting. Corporate bills. They appointed a new police chief. Oh, okay. Mark Kozala. He replaced that guy that I covered, that I had featured on camera. Oh, and then they voted on 2 settlements. Something where someone had sued the city. Liquor licenses, and then a demolition contract. But that's strange. Why would you be voting on minutes for July 8th right now? Wait, let me go back a second. Did she actually say July 8th?
July 8th, 2025.
So moved. A second.
July 8th, 2025, and special meeting minutes dated July 8th, 2025.
You did? That's weird. Okay.
A second.
Hey, all in the queue. Thanks for joining. So, you know what? This is my first time there. So I forget her name, but I do get over and take get her name in the video eventually.
Motion passed.
So you'll notice it's a lot like the township, others of the meetings that I have covered that make me concerned as far as there aren't a lot of questions being asked, and I think all the votes are unanimous.
Is there any, number 5, do we have any correspondence? No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Trustees? Number 6.
Just let everybody know, of course, the office is closed for Christmas Day. We also will be closed the day before Christmas, Christmas Eve, and then Friday afterwards. Just so you know.
Okay. Corporate bills.
Thank you.
Riley Pinkney is her name, the acting mayor, Riley Pinkney.
2025, the amount of $1,256,266.70
I believe it's their lawyer, I think is the one on the phone.
cents.
Okay. Roll call.
Trustee Revere,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
trustee Darby,
Yes.
trustee Lewis,
Yes.
and trustee Burnett.
Motion passed. Is there any unfinished business?
No, Mayor.
Trustees? Okay. New business. Our first item is annual tax levy ordinance of the Village of Riverdale, Cook County, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025, and ending April 30th, 2026.
Madam Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
again, I apologize to the board for not being there. I just missed the timing of the meeting, so I very much apologize. Thank you for letting me participate by phone. The annual tax levy ordinance, I just wanted to point out that there is a typo in the ordinance. The part of the ordinance, the itemized part of the levy refers to a combined total of $8,465,450. The body of the ordinance is 50,000 less than that. That is a mistake. It should be.
Okay. So first thing I want to notice or want us to notice, besides the, how it's pretty quiet, we don't have a lot of questions being asked, we got unanimous votes so far, is that the agenda that was posted, or they said it was posted in advance, but that, they did have some paper copies in the back. And I'm going to check on their website to see if it was on the website or if it is on the website, but it lists very little information about what they're voting on. So like when they're reading off the bills and they're reading numbers, the Harvey Library Board does that. There are other boards that do that. It's not really the best practice for transparency at all, because again, there's no way to confirm what's actually going on. What sorts of bills are they voting to get paid, et cetera, et cetera.
$1,465,458. So I would ask the board to include in their motion for approval of the levy, that amendment.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So they did the bills. Now they're talking about the tax levy. Again, really not a lot of information given. It wasn't clear. At the end, the acting president said the information should be on the website. So I'm going to check to see if it's on the website.
Ryan? She is already, Michelle LZ has already submitted the correction. So we have it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I'm sorry, our tenants, May 2025, tax levy is overall tax levy of $11,839,418, a 4.25% increase. It was increased at $240,000 for corporate, mainly to pay for we need to start paying on our new fire truck. That payment is $232,000 a year. We also increased police
Okay, they got a new fire truck too. So did Harvey.
pension by $180,000 and fire pension by $60,000. So overall, $480,000 there, and $180 for the debt levy. So again, $482,180.
Thank you. Ms. LZ, roll call.
Roll. Trustee Smith,
Yes.
trustee Darby,
The audio is horrible.
And trustee Veer.
Trust me, even in person, it was horrible.
Motion passed.
And no questions on the tax levy, which the president told me after the meeting that it was increasing. So I don't know. It doesn't seem super transparent to me.
Yes, the bond ordinance originally stated that, taxes would be levied in 2025. And we're going to abate 284,000 for interest and proceeds.
Okay. No, Ms. Gordon, we can't ask questions over the meeting. Can you hold it to the end of the meeting?
I just want to say I'm a layperson and I don't really understand. And
What?
I just want, will she be able to explain to me?
After the meeting, we're done with the meeting, we will take questions at the end. Thank you.
So bless her heart. Not sure who this lady is, but she just interrupted and said, you know, basically, I don't understand what you're voting on. And she was absolutely right to say that there wasn't any explanation and the agenda was just extremely basic. And the acting president told her to wait till the end.
Okay, roll call.
Entertain a motion.
So we have a motion,
So moved.
motion passed.
And the call is trustee Veer, trustee Smith,
Yes.
trustee Darby,
Yes.
trustee Lewis,
Yes.
and trustee Bonet.
Motion passed. Number 3, an ordinance amending chapter 17.13 Northeast Overlay District of the Riverdale zoning ordinance regarding fire sales. Mr. Hodges? Yes.
Any questions for Steve? This is firearm sales are in the future. There are currently applications for a firearm sales shop.
Okay. All right.
I was wondering, would it be possible for us to add an additional restriction that I was looking at, Evanston's firearms ordinance, and they had it so that you can't be a dealer unless you are a dealer with a licensed, firing range. And so that would further protect that bill, us, you know, from maybe. So would it be possible for us to add some type of language to that effect? Or is that reasonable?
Well, it's up for vote right now, but Maria.
Hi, Miss D. Hey, Ryan, driving and listening. You said, yeah, again, I'm really sorry for the audio, you guys. The room wasn't that big, but I mean, even in the room, the audio quality was horrible. What is it with these boards? Oh my God. You know, I always say it's like they don't want to be heard. They don't want to be seen and heard. So the lady who's speaking, she's one of the trustees. Her last name is Bournet. And I think I used to, when I taught at Thornton 205, I think there's a Bournet that teaches at Thorn Ridge or Thornwood. I bet you it's the same young lady or the same family. But I think she was asking about one of the things they wanted to vote on. They had several items about zoning to changes. To me, it sounded like they wanted to allow certain things. Now, like I said, in the agenda, it was not clear at all. And in the meeting, it wasn't clear. But I can only guess that they were voting to change the zoning because they want these certain things or businesses to be there. One was a change about like firearm stores or sellers, and there's some others too. But I think this is when she was asking about the firearm one. Let's see what she says here.
Asking that we table it for further discussion.
Addition, and then either.
Can you hear?
Yes,
Yes.
And that's in future applications to do what you're suggesting. Or the board can vote to send it back to the zoning board to consider what you're suggesting. Either way would be acceptable. I do means what you're suggesting though with the firearms range is a big enough change from what's currently on the table that the board can't just make that change itself. It has to go through zoning again, either as a new application or as a reconsidered application.
And I would consider it a new application. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so the lawyer said something about you could send it back to the zoning board.
Roll.
So,
Trustee Smith,
I will second
God, they're so quiet.
roll call, trustee Lewis,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
trustee Dockery,
Yes.
trustee Monet, and trustee Revere.
Motion passed. Number 4, an ordinance amending chapters 17.09 industrial districts and 17.12 rules and definitions of the Riverdale zoning ordinance regarding industrial outdoor storage. Zoning board 25-04. This is Ryan.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. This ordinance would, just allow an additional use that has been inquired about in the past and around many of our neighboring communities. It just creates a special type of use for large construction equipment, and material storage, things that are obviously of an industrial nature, would still be a special zoning. And, the village board, if there was ever an application, which there currently isn't, but if it was, it would need to be a text amendment because it's already announced that change.
Okay. Any questions?
Is this, if I remember correctly, there was a
Okay, so yeah, again, like I said, sorry that the audio is so poor, but let me just catch up a little bit with what they voted on so far. Again, no questions. So far, I think Miss Bournet, Trustee Bournet is the only one that's had any questions, but not really any discussion, very minimal. They're even quiet about everything, very hard to hear. It kind of reminds me of Thornton Township so far. They voted to approve some minutes with no questions. They voted to approve paying all their bills, even though we didn't see any documents, and I haven't been able to find any online that say what bills were paid. Then they voted on their tax levy. Again, no information about it, but they voted on it. And the president said that it was an increase. So again, why, how much? Didn't give any info. Then they voted on abating the real estate tax, involving servicing some debt. Again, no explanation. Then they voted on changing an ordinance for firearm sales. Pew pew. No explanation really given. Now they're discussing changing an ordinance related to industrial outdoor storage, which again, the lawyer, I guess he attempted to explain, but he was saying construction equipment. I'm still not quite sure what that is for.
citizens that came in and wanted to open a truck stop? Is that where this came from?
That was a business that had, some preliminary discussions on site in the village, not as a truck stop, but as a storage place to have storage containers and things like that. So that was the genesis of that deal.
Okay. So Trustee Bournet said, was this related to a truck stop? And then the lawyer's saying, no, it was about some company putting like storing storage containers outside.
Eventually never was finalized, and some of that business is not really the
Okay.
village fund being sent to the state forward with this tax amendment to prepare for future developments.
Thank you.
Yes, Mayor. I recognize, Linda Williams.
Does the board recognize, Ms. Williams? Second.
3:29 p.m.
25 p.m. Motion passed.
So passed again, okay.
Do we entertain a motion for Ms. Williams?
Oh, I did.
I entertain a motion for, item 4.
So moved.
Trustee Bournet. Roll call, trustee Bournet.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Darkly.
Yes.
Trustee.
Okay, so now they're voting on the industrial outdoor storage zoning.
And trustee Riverdale.
Motion passed. Number 5, an ordinance amending chapters 17.08 Business District and 17.12 Rules and Definitions of the Riverdale zoning ordinance regarding banquet halls. Zoning Board 25-06T. Any questions? Brian? I'm sorry, Attorney Morton.
That's fine. This is just to add banquet hall use in the village, define it for, any future applications, including the next item on your agenda. Banquet halls will be limited just to the B2 district, which is along Indiana.
Trustee Rhodes.
Used to allow a banquet hall use at South Indiana Avenue within the. B-
Now they're voting to allow a banquet hall to be opened.
So moved.
Second.
But, I really feel that the way this was, it just isn't, what we as a village should consider acceptable as an application. It was handwritten, there aren't any formal plans or, like, it was just very unprofessionally done, which makes me feel nervous about how then they would move forward as far as their business in general, if they can't even, or fine, can't even, but if what they submitted to the village is done so unprofessionally, then can we trust that they will carry out their business in a professional way as well? And especially since this is, gonna be on the strip, taking up a lot of space, I really feel strongly that I'm 100% behind propelling community expansion and supporting our economic growth, but not at the expense of our standards. And I don't think that this application is a standard to where we could, or I feel like I could say yes.
Okay, well,
And so, are there any rules when it comes to what we accept as a local?
well, that is, up to the zoning board and where those applications are originated from. And, in the future, we can probably, have a discussion with them on.
So basically, the trustee, I don't want to take too long on this. The trustee's question was saying, the banquet hall application looks really sloppy. I'm not saying verbatim, but I'm summarizing. The application looks really sloppy. I'm concerned is because that could be a poor reflection on, actually the quality of the business. And, they didn't really end up doing anything about it, but it was a valid point that she raised.
Yes.
There's a lot of use on the platforms this edition has on to the village board. As far as there's.
Oh, and the lawyer, they did mention about the zoning commission again, but what my opinion, I think they should have tabled the vote if there was any question. Like, that stuff should be communicated clearly. And if the trustee didn't know, what are the odds that any of the residents know what the heck they're talking about?
Attorney Horton?
Parking for the public.
Oh yeah, and then this trustee asked about parking, but that didn't seem to be a big deal.
You've seen excess. That you were seeing excess, we did discuss that excess overflow
Yes.
Entertain a motion,
Oh yeah, they still passed that.
an ordinance amending chapter 17.08 business districts of the Riverdale 25.
This is next on the ordinance to allow for an application that, is next on your agenda. There is a,
So they're voting to allow gyms. I don't know what if they're obviously maybe a gyms wants to open somewhere.
there's a mistake on the agenda, but not the ordinance. This would be for defects, so this is just expanding, where a gymnasium could be located.
So about where a gym could be located.
Zoning Board 25-07C.
Ah, okay. They want to allow a gym at 504 West 138th Street.
Did you have something to say about?
Is a commercial business that will be using this lot?
Correct.
Is it true? Okay, is it true that, when a commercial business rents from a tax exempt organization, that property then goes to the tax roll and the business has to pay those property taxes?
They would have a leasehold interest, so, I'm not sure specifically on whether it's a portion that has to be paid by the owner or if it's the business owner directly who pays it, but that property would be taxed one way or the other.
So trustee's question was, if a business is renting a space from a nonprofit, are they going to pay property taxes? It sounds like the lawyer said yes, there will be some taxes paid. But so yeah, I mean, at least Trustee Bornay seems to be asking some good questions. The gentleman you see in the Christmassy outfit, that's the guy who was chasing Mike Earhart out of the park in Riverdale when he was giving food away.
Second,
Yes, trustee Lewis.
motion. To execute the Community Development Block Grant Program for the year 2025. Subrecipient agreement for project number 2506-025. Mr. Hodges?
Thank you guys so much, and please accept my apologies for not being present for this two-part meeting. But this is very straightforward. Agreement that has been prepared by Cook County as part of the CBT for Review 2025. And we are to be authorized by a resolution to execute this agreement. So this is what we're putting before the board to authorize your legal for the executive agreement to take advantage of this program.
Okay, any questions?
Just shut in there.
Yes. Attorney Moore?
So the resolution, so the vote here is to authorize the execution of the agreement. A resolution encompassing that will then be presented to the village president.
I have it. Do you entertain a motion? Roll call?
Trustee Lewis.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Spoiler alert, they vote for that. So
Trustee Williams.
you can see the pattern, right? Not a lot of questions, no clarification really of what they're voting on. It's pretty just not a lot of it. There's a lot of information missing for all the stuff they're voting on. So they were talking about a Cook County block grant, which is fine, but I wanted to know what's it for. It seemed in the agenda that there should have been more information given and explained about what the grant's actually going to go towards. I could be wrong, but again, all that should be clearly specified, and it was not.
Trustee Revere.
Public,
And public comment.
I'm sorry, I'm having difficulty standing, but first of all, I want to apologize for my interruption. Because I don't know all these years, I don't know how this goes. I must say, I am absolutely ecstatic, darling. We never hear anybody ask a question or anything, so we don't know. Well, I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm speaking for yourself. We have no idea. We don't have the agenda before, we get the agenda when we get here. So we wouldn't have to concern ourselves, because we would know what's on the agenda, and when you said yes to everything, then we could say, well, yeah, that makes sense. None of this makes sense, because I don't know about anybody else, but do you all know what they just got through talking about? No. I didn't think you did. Number two, I guess this goes to the treasurer, I'm not sure who we asked, but when I see 12,755,000, oh God, what in the world happened? I just, if you could explain that to me.
They, it was for a bond issuance, dated May 12, 2011, and its maturity date October 1st, 2036. The amount of the bond was $12,755,000. And what we were just discussing is official bond issuance. The taxes were paid to bond, principal and interest. And what we're saying is that part of the bond with taxes will not be passed on to as property taxes. Abatement means it will not be passed on.
So when it says to pay a debt service.
The bond is the
Yeah,
debt.
I got you. I know. Because we do an explanation, and it's okay for us to ask. I just didn't know when we could ask, and I do apologize. But I wish we could have the agenda, and then that way we could look up stuff and ask questions. But we have
It is
no
posted on the
idea.
website, Ms. Horton.
Sweetheart, baby, I'm sorry, but our website been so filed up.
So she raised some excellent points, and I agree with her. Basically, the resident was saying, all the stuff you voted on, it hasn't been explained. And then I think towards the end, I was a little disappointed because it got sidetracked here, where the clerk came in and just said, "Oh, well, ma'am, I don't want you to say that it's not available, because it's not true. It's always posted on the website." And then the resident, she seemed to kind of back down a little bit, like, "Oh, okay, well, at least I know where to go in the future." But my point is that doesn't excuse them from having to actually explain what they're voting on, and to publish the information, the complete information, not just a very generic agenda, but publishing all that ahead of time so people have a chance to look at it and ask questions, ideally asking questions publicly. I gotta go back to Lansing again, because someone was telling me, I think it was Lansing that does this, where they have 2 meetings. So they'll meet one point during the week where the public can ask anything they want. The board will go over what's going to be voted on at the next meeting, and the public can ask anything they want, and the board takes feedback, and then they'll have a separate meeting on a separate day where they actually vote on everything that they discussed. So I thought that was Lansing, maybe it was another town, but see, I think a format like that would be more appropriate, because then you're giving everybody a chance to not only get the agenda, but get the full packet, read it, ask questions, also get it presented to them publicly, ask questions, then give feedback, then ideally then give a few days for the board and the members, to, if they want to talk some more or privately, with their constituents, that's fine. And then vote on it at a later date. So what this board, unfortunately, it's not the only one that does this, but I mean, what they were doing was definitely not doing that.
I don't know what's happening this time. Don't know. I'm
Okay.
done. I said enough. Somebody else might want to say something.
Nobody else commented. No one else wanted to comment. So then eventually the mayor came over, introduced herself. I apologize. Like I said, next time I'm just gonna do a video. I'm not gonna do it live.
Are you the
Because the
president?
reception
Oh,
there.
that's fine. Oh, okay. Did you guys have a copy of your, what was I gonna say? The levy or any other financial documents?
No, we get them in the email.
Did you guys put them on your website at all?
I think so. I think that.
Check the website. Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering like what the levy's gonna be for next year. You know, just the usual
You
things.
know, in this day and time, it's, well, as you see, we have the police pension fund, we have, that's where the money is basically going, but most definitely, we try to meet with treasurer.
Okay, good.
Okay?
But I'm sure I'm assuming the tax levy did go up, right?
Yes, of course it has.
Okay. I'm assuming. I just wanted to see the numbers. But I think you said I can get that from the website?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So that was the acting president. Remember, she was voted in just at the last special meeting, December 9th. She's acting president until the 2027 election because the mayor was forced to step down because he was convicted of a crime that made him ineligible to be mayor. So she was new. So it was nice, you know, that she came up and introduced herself. And you know, I introduced myself, and she said I could find the information on the website. So I'm gonna go to the website. I'll show you guys, and we'll see if it's there. And let's Then I talked to just a few residents briefly on the way out. Nothing much. I did ask them. I asked them what they thought about the
meeting?
village.
I don't live in Riverdale. I live in Harvey, but I came by to cover it today.
That's
for
what
the
he's right
South
here.
End
She
politics.
came in late. Williams, I believe is her name.
You could say something.
It was really great. It was very informative. I understood a lot more than I've had in a long time. It's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful meeting.
Okay. Do they usually post stuff? The president did say that there should be some financial stuff put on the website.
It's on there.
Is it? Okay. Because I'll check it out.
Sometimes people don't know how to go in and do, or they don't have access. But the library's right there, and like this is the director of our library.
Oh,
And
okay.
she
Hello.
will help her, all of the staff there.
Okay.
The staff there will help anybody go on there and get information, whatever they need.
Oh, okay. Is it free for anybody to use,
Free
to
for
use the internet?
anybody,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's good. That's better than Harvey. We've been trying to make them do that forever. I think they still charge a fee
So
for internet.
yeah, so they were giving some positive notes about the one young lady here. She's the library director on the right, with the head wrap. So that's nice that, you know, I was able to meet her. Maybe I'll check out their library someday.
So the current president is going to be in place until the next election?
Yes.
Okay. And are you
Yes, it is.
2027? Okay. Chicago South End Political Society. Yeah.
Nice meeting
Yeah.
you. Okay, take care.
Okay, you
I
too.
met you at, I think I met
One of
you
the political functions?
one of the political functions with, we were out there canvassing for, what I'm trying to say.
Maybe
Got it
Napoleon.
wrong.
One of the township things,
Yeah,
maybe,
the
or something?
township, that's where I saw you at.
Oh, okay.
Over down in Homewood somewhere, you were there.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
In Homewood. I think I can think of in Homewood. Well, no, I did cover the No Kings Parade. Otherwise, the last thing politically that I was in Homewood for was the caucus. Maybe she meant that. Oh, anyway, and then on the way home, I just showed a little bit of Riverdale. It's cute. Riverdale's a really cute community. Has a lot of history, some pretty bricks, buildings and stuff. So I just kind of gave a little bit of a tour. But yeah, like I said, I apologize for that poor quality. That was not good. I noticed. Oh, salut Hydro. Hello, you should ask a good camera at the Lansing Journal to record the meeting around Thornton. My camera works great. It's just and I have T-Mobile, so I mean it's a major cell phone company, but for some reason, certain locations, I guess the data when I'm doing live just isn't good, you know, and it's just hit or miss. Sometimes it's beautiful and other times it's not. So yeah, that's the issue. You know, the camera itself is good. It's just the reception. So I just wanted to show you a few photos.
Okay. So how do I go back? There we go. All right. So here's just a few photos that I took from the meeting, and obviously these are going to be a lot clearer. So this is Police Chief Mark Cozzola. This is Trustee Bournet, Trustee Lewis, Trustee Darkreed. He's the one that was real nasty to Michael Earhart. Karen Holcomb is the village clerk. Bradley Smith is a trustee. The village attorney was there via phone, I believe. Eric LeBaire is a trustee. These guys I have better pictures of. Okay, there's C. Riley Pinkney. She is the acting mayor. There's another picture of Karen Holcomb, the village clerk. Here we go. Brenda Williams, trustee. She was the lady that was speaking with me at the end, and she came in late. John Bruce is the fire chief, it looks like. Todd Henning, the public works director. He was not there. And then the last lady on the end is the village treasurer. I didn't catch her name, though. Did anybody catch her name? I did not catch her name. It's weird that they don't have a name for her. It just says village treasurer. Oh, you know what? And since they have a village form of government, I think that's a higher position, not an elected. Since we have an aldermanic form of government, our treasurer is elected. So this is what the room looks like, you know? I mean, it's a decent sized room for a village that size. It wouldn't be horrible, except this pole is a real pain as far as being able to see. And then the audio in there is it's just horrific. Absolutely horrific. So at least there was only one police officer. Now the only nasty comment that I heard was from Mr. Darkreed, which isn't surprising since I had covered him in the past, and then he said something when I came in. Actually, I wanted to look on the video. This young lady was the only one really asking interesting questions. So again, she's acting mayor until the 2027 election, Ms. Riley Pinkney. Oh, and then here was the agenda. You see what I mean though on the agenda? Like there's not much there. It just says like the bare minimum. So it's like, how is the public supposed to have any sort of opinion on what's being voted on? And then I wanted to briefly show you their website. Here it is, Village of Riverdale. Now I did search around, okay, documents and forms, pay water bill, blah, blah, blah. I looked I could not find the tax levy. So I know that the acting president said it's on there, but I couldn't find it. The closest was this Village of Riverdale budget for fiscal year 25, but that ended this past April. So that was the closest I could find. I'm trying to see, like they have a few of the officials noted, but they don't have, like, all the trustees' names aren't correct. They didn't have, oh, that's Sherry Hatcher Britton from Dalton. She works for the Riverdale Fire Department. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. But yeah, like they didn't even have the treasurer's name there, so I was hoping to find that. Let's see. Oh, board of trustees. Okay, they do have some photos of those guys here, but they don't have Miss Bournet, so I feel like that's not up to date either. They had a link to their codes, minutes, and agendas. Let's go look at those for 2025. Now, at least they had the agenda for today online, but that's it, you guys. So that's not enough. That's not enough. Not enough. Maybe the three I see in this live now should have like a podcast channel. Who are you talking about, Idol? Who are you talking about? I'm lagging too much. I'll see you later. Oh, you're lagging. Okay, see you later. À plus tard. So I just wanted to, like I said, to let you know, and I did check on the website. I did not see any information about the levy. I really only saw the agenda for today. So I don't know, you guys. Not super impressed as far as transparency goes. I mean, I didn't hear anybody being real nasty, although let's look back to I wanted to go back towards the beginning when I first came in. I know I heard a nasty comment, but I wanted to see if the camera picked it up. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's listen. Listen for a nasty comment. See if the camera picks it up. Okay, maybe it didn't pick it up.
Are you on work yet? You're on vacation.
Okay, it didn't pick it up. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, guys. Well, that is it for now, and I will see you all later. I gotta get running. Oops, I think I have another thing I need to do. What is this doing? Okay, there we go. Okay, yep. So I hope you all enjoyed. That was Riverdale. I hope to talk to some more people too. Maybe Michael Smith can give us some commentary since he lives in Riverdale. He ran for the board because I don't really know these folks that well. So, it's always good to know what's going on, though. Like I said, they are right next door to us. And then if I have some time later, I might jump back on. I wanted to go over a little bit some of the controversy about the Christmas dinner from last night that Clark held while the city's still in a crisis, but we'll see. But ciao, ciao for now. You are welcome. No apologies. Talk to you guys later. Au revoir.